Hello. So today I am here to discuss something that should have been discussed a long time ago, but people don't speak up enough. Have you felt a kind of love where somebody says, you know what, you're free to do whatever you want, and we are here for you, we're here to support you, but as soon as you decide to do something, they have a problem with it. And then they say, no, 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 don't do this. We'll give you a solution. You don't find the solution for yourself. We are here for you. We love you. We will help you decide. But in the long haul, you realize that it's actually a form of control and not really love, that you are being walked on leash and that you're doing what this other person is saying. Now, this kind of relationship is mostly prominent in Indian parents or just parents. I am very sure this resonates with other people in the world as well, where the parents are so controlling, they just want to live a second life through their children. They want to decide what career they could do, what career or coursework they could choose, what partner they could choose. Whatever they are choosing is wrong. They don't know how to decide for themselves. They are not mature enough to decide for themselves. And that the parents are doing everything they can for the greatest and highest good for the child, but the child is just stupid. Even if they're like 25 or 30 years old, they still think that the child is not capable. I should not even call a child. The son or daughter is not capable enough to like decide for themselves, and the parents have to step in at every single point in their child's, in their daughter or son's life, to guide them. Now, it's one thing to guide your child when they're younger, when they're preteen, when they're in their teenage years. It's understandable. They're not complete adults. They cannot make right decisions for themselves. But even then, you should be just guiding them and not making them choose a certain thing. It's through mistakes that they're going to learn something. And if you force a decision on them, they may not end up learning something vital, which may help them in their adulthood. So know when to guide them and know when to step back. And this is especially for parents who take the decisions for their children and then wonder why they are so stuck in their life when it comes to leading their lives all by themselves. When the child separates from their parents, say they have a job in another city, say they have to leave for college, then what? They will still have to decide for themselves. Their parents will not be there to guide them all the time. They will have to decide for themselves. And if you have been guiding or deciding for your child, they'll not be capable enough to make own decisions for them. But there comes a time when the child is now a grown up. They are an adult. They're 21 plus, they're 25 plus, they're 30 plus. They can decide for themselves. But even then, these parents don't leave the child alone to decide for themselves. Understandable, there are sentiments attached there, that you don't want your child to grow up, you don't want them to, grow up too fast, leave the home, be away from you. Understandable, the sentiments are understandable. But when it comes to deciding for what they want for their career, what they want to wear, how they want to put their hair, what kind of a person they want to date, that's when the parenting becomes a little controlling. So the controlling kind of parenting is very prominent in India, uh, where the parent thinks if the child is not being obedient, that they are being disrespectful, and now their wings have come out. पर निकल आए हैं. अब बात ही नहीं सुनता लड़का या लड़की. Now they have gone out of the city. They've had a few friends, so their way of thinking has changed, and they are no longer listening to their parents. And this is where the parents get the existential crisis in their life, that their child is out of their hands and whatnot. But they don't understand that this is a form of control, that they should leave their child on their own, to live on their own, and not control every aspect of their life. And this takes a toxic form when they start controlling who they marry, what they wear, where they go, where they don't go, their habits, anything that they want to decide for themselves. The parents don't allow the children to do that. The most toxic form is when the parents start blackmailing the child for not following their instructions. Say you want to marry out of caste or marry out of state, and your parent is like, if you care about us, if you're obedient to us, if you respect us, you're not going to do this, this, and this. If you respect us, you are going to marry this person. It does not marry if it does not matter if it matches your criteria of things. Now I understand that the parents also are following a norm of the society, and our society is built on toxicity and rigidity. It's very rigid. Do this, do that, do this degree, marry this person, and if you don't do this, have children by this age. If you don't follow all this, you are a bad child. The parents are not wrong in thinking that the society will not like them for letting the child do whatever they want or outside of the rigidity of the society. But it's also the parents' responsibility to make sure that your child is happy. That's the ultimate goal of a parent. That should be the ideal goal of the parent, to keep their children happy, to be the guiding spirit in their life, not the interfering one. And as long as they cater to the society and not to their own children, the children will continue to suffer. The generations will continue to suffer. If you do the exact same thing with your child, the same pattern is going to be repeated. Everybody is going to be stressed, everybody is going through the same cycle, and we will never put an end to this behavior. The right thing to do here by your parents would be to tell the society that it's okay to marry outside of caste, it's okay to choose a career that the other people does not resonate with, it's okay to decide for themselves as long as it brings happiness. That's your parents' job. If they fail at that job, it's not your responsibility to take the burdens of their failed responsibility as a parent. I repeat, it's not your responsibility to take the failed responsibilities of your parent. You're not here to fulfill their aspirations. They have their own life, they have their own aspirations to fulfill, but not via you. You are a separate entity. You have your own feelings, your own brain to decide for yourself. If God wanted you to be so obedient to your parent, they would have given you one brain for one family package. Just use it from that package and they will be subscribed. You'll be charged based on that family package. But you were given a separate brain for yourself. So you should be deciding for yourself. You are capable of deciding for yourself. And if your parents are interfering, they're not doing their job correctly. If the society is interfering, the society is already rigid and it's going to stay stuck where it is. And if you want to stay stuck, keep following it. But that's not the right way to do it. Just because 1,000 people are doing something does not make it right. Just because all over India everybody is doing engineering does not make engineering the best choice. Okay? People are sick. People are sick of us being engineers in the country and outside the country. It's also the child's fault for thinking that their parents cannot do any harm. Some children live in denial that their parents are in the image of God, that they should be worshipped, and whatever they say will go. And if we don't follow it, we are being a bad child. This is a conditional by the society that people who do not use their brains or who do not dare to step outside of that rigidity follow, and they call every other person that does not follow this rigidity as bad child. And since they do not want to get out of this rigid wall, I'm not getting better words, but you understand what I'm saying. This person will go out there and call every other person that's not following their parents' wishes as being disobedient and a bad, disrespectful child. but they don't understand that they are being brainwashed by the society, brainwashed by their parents itself. We don't know. It's not obedient or smart to just blindly follow another person's words. Whether they are your parents or not, does not matter. It could be a boss. You cannot just blindly follow people and just follow whatever they say for your life. You should be doing things on your own. You should be deciding on your own. Again, it's not disrespectful in any way to do things on your own in your own way. If anything, you could be an inspiring member of the society if you decide to do things differently. If you could be a trailblazer. You could be somebody who may make a groundbreaking discovery because you're trying to do something different and not follow the crowd. Really, we are as a society just choking our own talents. One last point. Now, this is a little spiritual in nature. A lot of people who are logical, who are smart, who think they're intelligent, arrogant, all that, they will not agree to this point, but this is the truth, and hopefully, you are open minded enough to accept it. The human age is not your spiritual age, meaning your parents could be actually younger than you spiritually. As in, we have multiple lifetimes on this planet. We have we go through different incarnations, sorry, separate incarnations. And if this is your last lifetime, I'm just giving an example. If this is your last lifetime, you could be more mature than your parents. You could be older in terms of a spiritual age. Your physical age does not matter. Have you heard of those terms where a child is called an old soul, where they speak like an adult, where they're smart enough to have conversations, where they're making witty remarks, where people love chatting with these children? They are being called old souls. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. These children have had previous incarnations on the planet, and they come as very mature children. They come as very mature children. So you could be older than your parents in terms of thinking, in terms of maturity, in terms of emotional maturity, in terms of intelligence. You could be smarter and better than your parents. So if you're blindly following them just because they are your parents in this lifetime, you could be stunting your own growth. There is no such thing as whoever is older is smarter or more intelligent or more smart or has more experience. In the physical world, yes, but spiritually, you could be smarter and better. This is the end of the video. Let me know if it resonated. Let me know if it struck the chord, if you are going through something similar, if you want to share a story. I'll be all ears. And thank you so much for listening. And I'll be back with another story. Bye bye.